Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Do come on and join me. Hello, everyone. Come and join me, please, into my workshop. I'm Melanie Wellard. It's lovely to hear from you. Tell me where you're coming in from. Lovely to know. What time is it there where you are? It's always nice to know. Hi. How have you all been this week? Wow, there's been a lot going on. Don't know about you. I've been pretty washed out for some of this week. How have you been? Wow, it has been very, very strange, hasn't it? So do come on and say hi. Let me know where you're calling in from. Oh, is this going to play up today? Oh no, you're coming on. Great. Hi from Brisbane. Hi, Hayley. Hello, Shakti. What a lovely name. Right, so how have you all been? This has been a powerful week. I was floored yesterday. Have any of you been having heart palpitations, feeling totally washed out, aches and pains in your legs? I was totally washed out, but I spend a lot of time investigating what's going on at the time I get these sensations. Okay, so people have all different names for them. And I have found that my heart goes wobbly, and I found yesterday it was my thymus. So I did a lot of work on my thymus. I'm wearing green kyanite. I worked with massage on my thymus. I worked with crystals. I rested. And the things that were going on, there was a major earthquake in China. So I pick up, my body reacts to a lot of electromagnetic changes in the air. But there was also, I'll read you this, there was also on May 21st, so yesterday, so if you were feeling pretty bad the last couple of days, the build up to it, we had a C4-8 class flare produced a flash of extreme ultraviolet radiation on the sun, recorded by NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. Minutes later, a pulse of UV and X radiation ionized the top of Earth's atmosphere. This in turn caused a minor radio blackout over North America and parts of the Pacific Ocean. So it says they don't know yet, but if the explosion produced a CME, which is a coronal mass injection. So I actually said I was out walking in the morning and all of a sudden I could barely breathe. I had to sit down. My heart was palpitating all over the place. And I said, there's something going on with the earth. So I was very tuned in to the earth's changes. And this morning, I feel great. So if you do get strange sensations, obviously, I obviously always look at the medical side because I do have heart concerns. I do have a condition, but it does respond hugely, okay, to anything going on. So if you have been feeling very emotional, very up and down, very wiped out. I mean, I literally could barely get out of bed. I had to walk and had to come home, had to sit down when I was out in my walk in the woods. And yeah, so having investigated those things and found out about the earthquake and the huge flares on the sun, and often the Schumann resonance, if you link in with that, which is the resonance of the earth itself. So I'm afraid I pick up on all these things and have to take extra care of myself when it happens, and then just rest. Not a lot more I can do. And then feeling great this morning to be with you here today. So my name's Melanie Wellard, and you'll see all my details. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a chakra dance facilitator. I'm an energy healer, an intuitive coach. I do many things, and I'm now a celebrant. I can do weddings and funerals and naming ceremonies or any other ceremonies that people want to use for any threshold that they are crossing. So I work very much with the angelics, and what I'm going to do today is another thing that you could also be linking into already is we have on the 26th a full super moon. So it's a full moon, it's a super moon, and it's also an eclipse in Sagittarius. So we are talking heavy energy, okay? So I'm going to do a reading as I always do collectively, okay? So it's like you've come into the workshop with me, and this is what I would do if everyone was coming into my healing room, and I would always start off with a collective reading. So let's see what's here for all of us. So if you listen to this and pay attention, this is for you, okay? And I am guided. So I work a lot with Archangel Metatron, and I am told that this is a serious message for everybody this morning. Okay, so I'm actually using my Metatron deck, and let's see what can help. Oh, I'm told to start with a question. Okay, hold on. Let's pull a question card. Right, these are empowering question cards. So this is to ask yourself before we start. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? Well, that's a powerful one, isn't it? So, how do you speak to yourself? Do you give yourself lots of praise and love, or are you always saying, oh, for goodness sake, how can you be so stupid? All right. Are you kind, or would you do that to someone else? So, how do your thoughts speak to you? And would you be proud if you spoke to other people in the same way? I think I know what the answer would be. Maybe also we need to look at, are we kind to others? Do we expect kindness ourselves, but we're then not kind back? Do we think we are, but then we find we're being very judgmental? If you don't agree with me, then you're wrong. That's not living in a fifth dimensional way. That is not living in the light, okay? We need to do our best every day, be balanced. And unconditional love is, I feel, we talk about it quite glibly, but it's a tough advanced class, that one. So we need to work on it, I would say. Just observing. I think the best thing for me is always observing our actions and our thoughts. Be the observer of yourself. And maybe if we spent more time observing ourselves rather than others and pointing out what they're doing wrong, then wow, the world would be a much more beautiful place overnight, wouldn't it? So let's see what the message is for us all. Okay. So welcome everybody. Okay, yeah, so some of you have been finding ways of dealing with this. Okay, so as I said, this is going to be a group reading to start with. Okay, so this is relevant for all of us. And I tend to look at the deeper issues of life, okay, rather than sort of day-to-day issues that we consider important, but Spirit often say to me we get bogged down into day-to-day details, and we need to try and raise ourselves to see the bigger picture of where we're heading, okay? Not keep focusing. It's nice to have a goal, but not to keep focusing on the end game. We need to focus on the daily journey and keep bringing it back to just today. Okay, so what are you grateful for just today? What is good about your day just today? How are you behaving just today? What is your attitude just today? So just for today, I will not anger. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not hate. We did that daily. we would keep ourselves in check, but we don't. We go, oh, what to do? Well, I'll do away with today and I'll just think about tomorrow. And yeah, if you can just tell me if something good's coming to me, but if we can just focus on what's good today. So this is for all of us, okay? Okay, so to start with, we have communication, speak up and be heard. All right, and what I'm feeling here is I'm being drawn to the bottle, and it's interesting that I was having trouble with the thymus, and I did a lot of investigating yesterday. This was affected very much by all the seismic stuff going on yesterday, and it was about practicing. I was doing some chanting and also just practicing because it sits between the heart. It's the higher heart chakra, and it sits between the throat and the heart. So it's interesting that this has come up. In that bottle, what of your words are being suppressed? So we just got that question. Would you be proud of, would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way my thoughts speak to me? And here we have a communication card. Can you see the theme and what was coming through earlier in my words, which are always channeled through? So this is the message in how are we communicating with others? How are we allowing others to communicate with us? Are there words that are stuffed in that bottle with the lid on it? Do these words need to be spoken? Are you being heard? Or are you just feeling you're lost in a sea of voices? Is there something that you need to say? Sometimes the best way is to write it down, but to get it out so it's not stuffed in the bottle anymore. Is there someone you need to send a loving message to? Is there someone? Is there someone that you need to tell them that you love them? Have you been cruel, unkind? Has someone been cruel or unkind to you? Do you need to let them know gently that that's not acceptable? There's a lovely phrase that speaks of communication really beautifully and said, you know, like we do like to say, I hear it in a lot of spiritual circles, you need to speak your truth. Usually with this, it's like, you need to speak your truth. And I get that. But truth spoken without compassion is cruelty. And I get it. I hear a lot of people who are indignantly saying, I need to speak my truth and I'm going to. And then they let rip with a barrage of what's been building up in them for years. And that other person may not even know that they had taken something the wrong way, or maybe been, sometimes we can be very sensitive to what we hear. And, you know, we need to remember that everything we hear is through our own filter. So if we're feeling insecure and someone says something, we don't hear what they intended. We hear it how it's twisted within our filter, and then it comes out as something else. How dare they say that to me? When they were, you know, somebody can say, wow, you look lovely today. Oh, does that mean I don't look lovely every other day? Okay, I've heard people do that. They immediately come back with something negative. Is this something that you do? Okay, so have a think about that, okay? So I'm going to also pull Moon Oracle card here. Let's see what else. This is for everybody, okay? So this should speak to you on some level. Okay, we have purity. So this, again, going with the communication card and the other question, but how do we speak? Are your thoughts pure? Are you blindfolded to the effect you have on others? That could be good or not. Are your thoughts pure? Are your words pure? Do you stop and think before you speak? Are you in the middle of a conflict at the moment and you're stubbornly saying, I'm right, you're wrong, and no, I'm not even going to consider a different way of being here, okay? That type of thinking just gets us nowhere. All right. So let's see what might be the block. Okay. This goes beautifully with it. Surrender to receiving support and love. So sometimes we give so much, we think it's love, but we need to question, why are we giving so much? I love helping people, but I also make sure I look after myself and I let love in. I let people help me, I let people support me. And sometimes that's challenging. Sometimes it's like, no, I can do it. Do you just do that? No, I'm independent. I can do it. I'm fine. Everything's great. But if you like giving, but you don't like receiving, and you find it difficult to allow love in, you're as much out of balance as if you were taking too much and not giving anything. It's just two sides of the same. It's the yin and yang, the black and white. Okay. So if you are giving too much and then you start to feel resentful because you think, oh, people never appreciate me, or, why are you giving? But you need to be thinking, how are you speaking to yourself? So I go back to the question at the beginning of this reading. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? So all about communication. How are you speaking to yourself, to others, your thoughts, your heart? This whole subject, I could probably do a whole workshop, which I probably will do, just on this subject. Okay. So I hope that's helped everybody. So now I'll just, as I say, do look me up on Facebook. You can follow me, Melanie Wellard. I do little inspirational videos that I put out to help and support people, to help give them guidance. I'm always sort of channeled. I always ask what the world needs to know today. So, okay. Right, let's see who we've got. Okay, Shakti. Let's see what's going on for you, Shakti. Okay, so I'm going to use the same cards that I used for the overall reading. So this is about this full moon and what these energies are meaning. This is a powerful time, okay? So we need to be looking quite deeply. This is an opportunity not to be missed, to bring about huge transformation. And I work with clients to help them do that in their lives, because having an answer to one message is, little, but it's tiny, tiny compared to we need to be digging really deep as to what major change we want to bring about in our life at the moment. Okay. Because we can miss these opportunities to use these energies, to tune into these energies. So on the 26th, we have, as I said earlier, it's a super moon and a full moon eclipse. Super moon means it's closest to the earth, and a full moon eclipse. So this is powerful, packed. So if you're already feeling it, we've had that huge solar flare. We've had earthquakes going on. So do be gentle with yourself, okay? Rest is the message I'm getting. If you normally push yourself to go out for a run or something, or really push yourself down the gym or whatever it is you're doing, don't do it, but just pare it back a bit. Listen to your body is the message I get. Listen to your body. We're all different. We all need different things. So there's no right and wrong. You listen. But if you're feeling that, you know what, my body really doesn't want this, then do pay attention. Okay, Shakti, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, I've got for you Mother Earth, grounding and support. Okay, so what I'm feeling here is, and we have Metatron's cube here. What I'm feeling for you is, as I link in with you, Shakti, I'm feeling that you're all over the place. You're spinning, and I'm feeling like your head. It's like wire wool in there. Okay, it feels a lot of confusion, a lot of imbalance going on with you. So I think in you need to be, this would be a perfect one for you in getting grounded with Mother Earth, okay? So you can go out, I use this myself, go outside barefoot on the grass, if you've got any grass near you. A little tiny patch, doesn't need to be anything big, just big enough for your feet. And then you can visualize, just ask to release and just see it. You can visualize it like an energy, you can visualize it like a color, and just see it all coming out of your fingers and your feet. And just say, empty me of all negativity, okay, all heavy energy. And just see that energy and push your energy down into the ground. So see your roots going deeper and deeper into the ground, okay? And you can all use this. And just see if that makes a difference from you. Obviously, I'm not a doctor here. I'm just passing on techniques that I teach in my meditation group and I use very much myself. Yesterday, I found when I felt very dizzy and weak in the woods, I went and laid against my favorite huge tree, and then I visualize all my chakras linking in, like the energy's coming out and linking and joining with that tree. And immediately I started yawning, which releases. You all of a sudden get loads of yawning. It's used a lot in tapping, EFP. Is that how you? I call it tapping. So I can't remember what the initials are, but I use that, and you immediately can start yawning, and then you're releasing negative energy. Because as I was told a long time ago, yawning and tiredness is not a balanced state. So we think of yawning, but it just means we're not balanced. Okay. So let's see what the Moon Oracle has for you, Shakti. Okay, well, we're getting the same message again, okay, from the main reading. For those of you that have just joined, please go and re-look at this video, and then you can see the reading I did for all of you. And we've got self-love here, Shakti, okay? So this grounding, taking time out, I really feel that question that I asked earlier of how do you speak to yourself, you really need to work on this self-love. And I know we can't always turn it around. You sometimes need help, and it is a journey. So these messages are pretty deep, and they do require a journey to start with you if you're not already on that. And it can take time. We might need help from all different avenues to actually help us get there. Okay, let's see what the block might be for you. So I'm just doing a 3-card reading for people. If you wish to have a 3-card reading or a much more in-depth reading with me, then please see my details in the comments box. I think it's above. And then just drop me a line via my website. There's all sorts of scamming going on. I will never chase someone up. Okay, so I say that now. I will never ever chase someone up and say, do you want to use me? So if anyone ever copies my page, my site, whatever, it's not from me. Okay, so let's see what's blocking you. Okay, and what you've got here, Shakti, is surrender your desire to control people. Okay, now I would say this out to everyone as well. I always do say this on my show, that people I'm drawn to, usually the messages can also be very relevant to everyone else, because we are in this collective consciousness going on here. Okay, so whilst this is for one individual, it may also be relevant to you. So surrender your desire to control people. So is this how you talk to them? Is this because you want them to do what you want them to do? You want them to do it your way, agree with you? You know, it can be very challenging, okay? Certainly doing my work, I can see where someone could be going totally off track on their life. And I can see what they need to do to just bring themselves back in. But it's why I also am an intuitive coach, because I start off with a reading with somebody to tell them where they're at the moment. And if they agree and we agree a way forward, then the coaching is to work with them and to work with you to help you find your way onto the path that you feel is also right for you. But if I went round up to every person in the street and I can see where someone is going wrong, I can see a lot about them, I have to shut it off sometimes. I have to shut it off when I'm out in public, or it's too much information. But I can see that if only they went this way, their life would be on a much brighter and happier path. But they choose. I see it as some people. If I was to say, there's a path of feathers and there's a path of glass, broken glass. I have to say, many of you choose to take the path of broken glass. Okay. Want to take the hardest, want to stay in toxic relationships, want to stay in a toxic situation, get addicted, stay with their addictions. When the path of feathers, some people say, oh, that's a bit boring. I don't want to have a safe relationship. I like it if someone's a bit jealous and a bit, causes me a bit of anxiety. It shows we love each other. Okay. So have a think, Shakti, of where you may be saying to somebody, if only you did this, things would be better. Obviously, parents say it a lot to children, and you have to watch and see them stumble. But I'm not here to save anyone, and neither of any of us. We're here to guide, support, and when someone falls, we're here to maybe put our arm out so they can use us to help them up again. But we're not here to jump in the pit with them. Okay, that is a mistake many people make. All right, and you don't serve anyone. We all have our own path. Okay, we all are here to follow our own path, and we're not here to push or coerce or force anyone. And there are subjects going on in the world at the moment, I probably don't need to tell you this, where people are saying, but I'm right and you're wrong, because I've made a decision and I'm right, because we have to prove to ourselves we're right, and therefore we have to make other people wrong. Well, that isn't caring for people, that isn't supporting people, and that's certainly not walking the fifth dimensional path. Okay, we need to allow people to make their own choices, which is what I do with my clients. I can give information, and I can give you this information and this guidance, but it's up to you what you do with it. So I hope that helped, Shakti. Okay, let's see who else we have here. I must admit, I have been told I don't necessarily tell you what you want to hear, but I will tell you what you need to hear. What you do with that is then obviously up to you. Okay. Okay, Stephanie Pritchard. Stephanie, let's see what's going on with you. So this is all about what this full moon means to you. This is about what fundamental changes you might need to make, okay, and how to harness this energy really, really effectively for you. All right, so that's what the subject is today. All right, sometimes these full moons are times of release and letting go. Okay, and this one coming up is a doozy. All right, so it may be saying, if we're on the right path, it may be a time, or we're heading in the right direction, it may be a time of achievement and bringing stuff to a head and finishing something. Okay, ready for moving on to the new. Or if we're not, and if we've been clinging on to something that needs to be let go of, sometimes in a powerful energy like this, it can just fall away or be ripped from us. Okay, so let's see. Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie. Well, I think you've been ticking all the boxes is what the message I'm getting here. You've got abundance and blessings, okay? So what I do feel here is it really is a time to thank your lucky stars is what I'm getting here. It's a time of gratitude. It is a time of thanks. It's a time for settling into what is, okay? And rather than keep looking at the next step and the next step, I'm being told very much bring it back to the heart, enjoy what is for the moment, okay? And it's almost like you're jumping ahead and you want assurances and you want guarantees of certain things in your life, okay? So I do feel that the more you can sit in the moment, this feels to me that this answers to your words, and it's seeing how the universe has been very abundant to you and is bringing that. It's sort of all those riches, all that abundance. That's called the horn of cornucopia, I think. Just all these riches all this abundance of food. And it's funny, isn't it, how we take food for granted until there's shortages, and then all of a sudden we realize in 2 days we could all be without, the way that we run our life now. Okay, so how much wastage do we create? Eh? Right, let's see what the Moon Oracle card says for you. This is for Stephanie. Wow, Stephanie. Yep, you're getting total confirmation you're on that. You've got the pleasure card, okay, and it's interesting, it's with the full moon. Your energy is just flowing. It's like you've paid a lot in. I feel that I'm being told you've paid a lot in to the system and you're now getting your bonus, is what I'm getting. Okay, so wherever you are, whoever you're with at the moment, I feel this is a really good energy for you. But take it, as I say, stop jumping ahead. If you feel yourself going, is this going to last? Is this going to be forever? Just bring it back to today and just enjoy the abundance of today. Okay, because otherwise we can get in danger of, there is no guarantee. Okay, we create our life as we go every day. We all have the ability to mess things up, right? I don't believe there's any mistakes, because we learn from whatever we do, and that's what we're here to do. So I'm just seeing, Stephanie, what your block might be. I don't feel there's many here. Well, this is interesting because you've got the pleasure and the blessings and abundance card, but then you've got surrender your addictions. Okay, so addictions we automatically always think of as physical things, something we do or take, but remember, this can be addicted to somebody. This can be addicted to a way of behaving. This can be an addiction to overwork. Okay, it can be anything that is actually causing an unhealthy response. So is it overthinking a situation? Is it always looking for always thinking the other shoe's going to drop? Sometimes we can have that negative point of view. You'll know, I'm being told you'll know, so I'm just offering those as suggestions. Okay, and again, we've got here communicating freely. Okay, so communication, big, 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 big theme for all of us. Okay, so you're getting that again. I communicate from the depths of my being. So I feel that this is a time for you to be straight, gently honest, and just allow everything to flow from your heart, your throat. And I'm feeling the higher heart again, as I spoke about in the first reading, for all of you. From the heart, this is the joining part of the throat and the heart. So do we speak with the tenderness and the compassion from the heart? Okay, so do have faith in what's ever going on for you. Okay, things are looking good. And I'm just sort of getting, so yeah, just be careful with your words, and don't feel it's all of a sudden maybe going to go wrong. All right, keep it in the positive and just enjoy the abundance on a daily basis. Okay, I hope that helped. Oh, I think after all that energy yesterday, very thirsty today, drinking my nice green tea today. Okay. Oh, I'm glad that. Thank you, Julia. Okay. Sorry, this keeps pinging back up. So sometimes the messages. Angela Marega. Is that how I pronounce your name, Marega? Okay, let's see what's going on for you. Right, I want to use these cards with you. Okay. Angela. Right, let's see what's going on with you, Angela. Right, I've got you with a lovely smile on, Angela, but I am feeling that behind the smile, it's not quite so smiley. All right. It just feels like there's a lot of worry and doubt, and a lot of feelings of, am I good enough for some reason here? And I'm saying it like that because I can't see a reason for it. You have so many gifts, so much to offer. And what you've got here is trust the shaman, trust in higher forces. Okay, trust in higher forces. And I just feel that you connect very well with spirit, and it just feels like I'm being told here that you're what I'm getting here is you've only got a few steps to go. Keep going, keep going. It's a bit like if you were doing a marathon and you're just reaching the finish line and you can see it up ahead and you just say, I just want to sit down. Okay, so I am feeling that in connecting to your goals, that just keep trusting, keep going. All right, you're there. Have you been trying to achieve something new, or you've been studying or learning something new, or you're thinking of taking this up? It feels really good to me. So if it's a new skill or there's something new to do with your work, career. So they're showing me study. So is it something you've had to study for and then it's created a new role? But it all feels like it's good. Okay, wow, yeah, there you go. You've got trust in a higher power, and then you've got the power card for you with that full moon. So this is a very powerful moon for you coming up next week. So really, really pay attention, okay? And work on what it is you need to let go of. What blocks do you need to get out of the way, all right, in order to release and just be able to harness it. I'm being shown it's like be able to harness it. I'm being shown like a lasso around the moon and harness that power, okay? Yeah, well, there you go. There's confirmation of what I just said. Surrender to success. So we're having some great readings this morning. Let it in, okay? Trust in yourself, trust in that higher power, trust in your power, and allow success in your life, because it's like, would you understand if I say you can sometimes self-sabotage, all right? And it's just through that doubt. And I'm brought back to the question that I asked everyone at the beginning for you. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? So it feels like that's what you need to look at. Maybe that's what you need to release, okay, over the full moon, and allow that success in. So maybe just what you can do is write down what you want to release. I want to release my doubts, my fears, what I'm unsure of. I mean, look, sorry, I'm just making sure for you here. Another pack of cards, embarking on an adventure. I savor them. So again, this is a new adventure for you, taking off. Savor it, enjoy it, okay? All right, so I hope that helped. Okay, let's see who else we've got here. Okay. So as I say, I was saying earlier, if you've been feeling, I know I get affected by it a lot. There's been a lot of seismic activity. There's been a big solar flare. There's been massive earthquakes in China. I was wiped out by it yesterday. I always check in medically as well to see what's going on, but today I felt great. So it sort of proves to me. So yeah, if you're finding that you're all over the place, your head's fuzzy, you can't sleep. I found it very difficult getting to sleep last night. And then I've had about 4 hours sleep, but I feel okay. Okay, so I'm just buzzing, heart palpitations, aches in my body, and then bang, gone. Okay, once all those, and so I even said to someone in the morning when I sort of had to sit down, I said, "Oh my goodness, what's going on in the planet?" I could feel that I was picking it up. And that's the downside sometimes of being a sensitive and an empath. Okay. Hiya, Julia. Didn't I give you a reading on Wednesday? I think I did. So you need to listen to the messages and act on them if you choose to. Okay. And then the messages that I gave to everybody. Okay, Rebecca Ardle. Rebecca Ardle. Yes, I got your name down here still, Julia, on a piece of paper from when I. So yes, I did give you a reading. So was that not enough for you? It's about, you need to be careful of keep wanting messages, because the universe is always giving us messages ourselves, and then you get a reading, but then we need to take hold of that and then use it and do something with it. Okay. Otherwise, we just sit waiting for another message and we become very passive. We need to really move forward with that. Okay. So Rebecca Ardle. Let's see what's up for you. Okay, I've got here purity and innocence. So I'm just linking in with this. And I'm feeling this is talking to your soul. Okay. And it's almost like I'm being told here, it's take it back to basics. All right. Take it back to the innocence that you had long ago. It just, you sometimes feel like you've been through so much and you think, how can I ever get back to what was me when I had this very pure and innocent look on life? But I'm being told it's still there. Don't let the trials and tribulations change you. Okay, sometimes that is the challenge for us. You are still that diamond at the core. Okay, within each of us, we still have that diamond at the core. Hold on just a minute. I want to just show you something. Okay, so there we go. Do you want that one? Which color is going to speak to you? So you have that for the sacral chakra, and there you go, your diamond pure white. Is that you? Is that where you want to get to? Maybe that sits with your heart. Or do you want to take in the pink for love? Or maybe the violet for your crown chakra? Okay, so I'm sorry I was asked to show these to you for you to see which color you need to take in for your, and so that was your card. Okay, and those were sitting right beside me. All right, so it may be that crystals would help you. I don't know whether you work with them, why I'm being drawn to show them to you. I use this. I'm certainly wearing crystals to help me today. Look at this lovely baby. This is Mangano calcite, very, very gentle, high vibrational. It's lovely to cuddle, actually. So if we're not getting enough cuddles, maybe you get a very smooth, get yourself a crystal. But I just feel that it's time for you to do whatever it takes to accept that you still are that diamond at the core of you. Within your heart is still that pure diamond. And I say this to all of you, okay? We can sometimes get layers and layers of what other people, labels people put on us, or our challenges and our pain. And then we put on these layers and layers, and before we forget who on earth we were before. Okay, so let's see what the Moon Oracle cards say for you. Wow, another one. See, I shuffle these cards, and then it's so funny that same cards come out. This is also about standing in your power. Okay, accepting your beauty, accepting the beautiful soul that you are. All right, being open to it. I mean, wow, that message is just continuing for you. Okay. And when we say power, this is the problem. We abuse the word power. We think, well, there can be a misuse of power, but there's huge responsibility with power. So when we stand in our power, there is nothing as strong for me as integrity, living by our vulnerability and our gentleness. And yet we've come to think of those qualities as weaker. Whereas I see them when somebody can stand by their values, when someone can stand and be vulnerable. I've always had a philosophy, I have no secrets. Okay, I don't. I'm not a secretive person. So I allow people to see my vulnerability. all right, because I feel stronger because of it. And if you've got then no one can hold anything against you, okay? People will try, and you've always got nasty people who are wherever they're at in their life and deciding to throw mud. But I feel for you, my love, it's being true to who you are, okay? So let's see what might be the block for you here. Okay, that makes sense. So you've got the purity and innocence and accepting that you are that divine diamond at the core of you. And these, again, do listen, everybody, because these are very, very relevant. These are very deep messages and could be very relevant for all of us. Standing in your power, accepting how strong you are, much more than you believe. And in order to do that, you need to surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. What message are you telling yourself? And I bring it back to the question that I was asked to ask you right at the beginning. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? Okay. So I hope that helps. It really is time for you to step up, use this full moon, write out on the night of the full moon on the 26th, certainly the 26th in UK. Do check where it is for you, okay? And maybe write down, I wish to release, and then write down, what are your outdated thoughts about yourself? What do you need to let go of? What no longer is good for you? All right, see how that works. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, let's see who else. Oh, bless you, Julia. You've printed it up many times. As I say, I did give you a message on Wednesday, so might be worth going back and seeing what the message was I gave you then, or listening to the message that was for everybody tonight. You're welcome, Stephanie. You're welcome. Oh, Julia, there you are again and again. Okay, Christine Marie Clark. All right, my love, let's see what's going on for you. As I say, if anyone wishes to follow me, please look me up on Facebook, on Instagram, or YouTube. I do little inspirational videos that seem to help people. Just look me up under Melanie Wellard. Instagram is melanie.wellard, but you can just follow. You can actually follow my profile. I don't have a personal page. I just do it for this work, which I feel is my purpose in life. So, okay, Christine Marie Clark, let's see. But if you wish to book in for a more in-depth personal reading, any of you, then please just follow me on my website, melaniewellard.co.uk, and you can message there. Okay. Right, my love, Christine, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, right, I've got Archangel Sandalphon with you now. So straight away, I feel that there is a lot of angelic protection and love. This is a very gentle energy coming in with you now. But I'm being drawn to the fact that there is the harp there, and I'm being shown that music is very soothing for you. But also I feel that this could be a talent you have. And it's, again, I'm being drawn to using the voice, toning, sounding, chanting, something like that, to help clear channels, okay? But I do feel that this very lovely, gentle energy is around you, helping and supporting you, okay? Okay, that flew out. Right, okay. Who flew out here? So you've got here for the oracle cards, for the moon oracle cards, assessing and faith. All right, so that goes very much with Archangel Sandalphon. And I just feel like you could use this time to assess your life. Maybe divide it into a good way that I teach is if you put the headings of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and put underneath everything maybe you want to bring into your life under those headings. And then also maybe you could do it on another page or do it in the same one, but make sure you understand which is which, what you wish to change in your life, what you wish to release, what is no longer working for you. So you may, for example, have under, it could come under mental and emotional. It could be relationships that are no longer working. Could be friendships that you think, do you know what, I'm giving all the time and I get nothing back in this relationship. And that's affecting all levels. I'm feeling physically drained by it. It causes my head to hurt. It upsets me. I feel emotionally drained, and then spiritually that's affecting my soul. So there can be some things that come under all headings. But have faith that I feel this is, have faith in yourself that you can make the changes that you need to make next. Does that make sense? Do call in. You might want to, I don't know whether you have faith in the angels, but you may wish to call in Archangel Sandalphon and ask for help. Right, okay, I'm just going to see what the block might be for you. Yeah, you've even got here, surrender to your soul's path. So I feel here this is a very spiritual time for you in reassessing your life. Okay, this feels like quite deep. Take the time out, take time to really look at what's working, what isn't. That can include our behaviors, our attitudes. What is blocking you? Okay, what is actually blocking you? And I feel that you will understand that. Okay, I've just pulled you another one here, and it's interesting. So this is confirming what came up there as I gave as an example. And it's interesting that it's surrender unhealthy relationships. So there may be relationships in your life. And it says let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. So there we go. That, I always love it when spirit confirmed, because that's what came through me. And then I've just confirmed that with the card. So that feels like that's quite a strong message for you. Okay, so do that reassessing, have faith, and do remember you're not alone. Do ask for that help to come in around you. Okay, let's see who else we've got here. Oh, that's good, Stephanie. Well done. Yes, it is it's, you know, these are tough lessons. This is advanced school we're being pushed through now. If we're willing to step up, I feel that there's choices going on now. We can continue to sort of live quite superficially. And I don't mean that as an insult to anyone, but it's, you know, we can then just live life sort of on the surface and very much materially focused. Or we can start to ask these deep questions if we are brave enough. This is a courageous journey, okay? It's, as I always say, it's not for the faint-hearted, but we just take it a step at a time, and that's what I help people do. So, okay, let's see what else we have. Hi, Sharon, how you doing? I think I gave you a card on Wednesday as well, didn't I? I gave you a good reading. Have you done anything with it, with the information? Can get addicted to just keep asking for messages. Sorry, but my guides can be quite tough here. We can just keep asking and asking, but what are we doing about it? Okay, so I just feel there's a need to push forward for you, Sharon, in just taking some radical action, I'm being told here. Okay. I will quickly pull you a card. See, I'm getting here dimensional gateway. This is really powerful, and it just feels like you're holding back from stepping through into a new life. You're being invited by the angelics here to really step up and make changes, but you've got to make the changes. They will work with you, but you need to do it. And I've also got the extremes card with you. So you are getting another reading here today. So it's, what are you doing to extreme in your life? What are you overindulging? What are you, could be all sorts of behaviors, attitudes. It's where are you taking things to extremes, and what needs to be really let go of, okay, which is what I'm getting for you. So you've also got surrender to receiving support and love, okay? So it's where are you blocking that coming in? I'm being shown that you're putting a hand up, you're not letting that love in many ways, and that can be self-love as well. You're either not doing the actions that show that you love yourself, okay? And I feel this is stopping things that aren't good for you, that you know aren't good for you, but Spirit can't do that for you. So you've got to get that help, okay? And I'm being shown a big mix, shake things up a bit in your life, okay? There's like lots of things you know that you need to change, but you need to take some radical action to make them change, okay? And it just feels like you keep knowing that, but you're asking for another message and then you're not taking the action. So I just feel really time to, yeah, there you go. Just as another confirmation, you've got embracing the future. You've got to step into it. You've got to step through that door and make the change. Door's wide open, but you just need to step through it. Okay, so I hope that helped. Okay, Trudy Pitt. Okay, Trudy. Right, I'm just going to link in with you and just asking what you need most today. What's blocking you then? What's causing it? As I say, your emotions can be up and down, I find, due to certainly coming up to this powerful full moon eclipse, and it's a super moon. So this is going to be, for those that are sensitive to it, could be tipping you upside down. Okay, so be gentle. Look at ways of keeping your vibe high, but not overdoing it. So listen to your body is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's just see what might be blocking you. Okay, yeah. Truly surrender to setting limits. You need to put your hand up and say no to people. All right, you really need to say no to people, but also to yourself. I feel again there could be behaviors or ways of treating yourself that you need to say, I've got to stop doing that. That is enough, is enough, is enough, is what I'm getting here. I'm getting someone going, enough is enough is enough. Okay, can I just ask, is your mum in spirit here? I've got someone coming in on Motherly Link, if not, could be mum's mum. And getting enough is enough is enough, all right, and would be sort of saying that to you. Time to really, I'm getting this, oh, this is something would say to us when we were children, wasn't it? I'm getting the words, time to pull your socks up, all right? Now, remember, we can be a huge amount in charge of our own mental health. And we either need to reach for help, to help ask someone to help us, and there can be many avenues for that. Or how do we help ourselves? Yeah, there we go. You've got it again. Self-love. All right. So this comes back to the question that I asked. This is for everybody. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? All right. So what is it you need to do? And I feel it starts with the thinking. Change those thoughts. Take some action to show, we've heard it before. How would you treat your best friend? What do you do for your best friend, the person you love the most? That person could be an animal. Maybe it's if you've got a puppy or a dog or cat or horse or whatever, and we just lavish them with love. I know I do mine. Oh my goodness, what I spoil her with. So, and it's just like, and then do we do the same for us? Okay, so think of it like that. Turn that on you. And I've also got another a dream card here for you, because I feel that this is the key to you. Dare to dream a little bigger. Dare to ask for a little more. Not because everything should be bigger, but for you to see where your limits are. Okay, so I just feel that you need to be sort of dreaming bigger of what you think you're capable of, is where I'm getting here. Because as we start to love ourselves more, we see that we're capable of more. Okay, so little steps, one step at a time. I do feel that you might need to reach out and ask for some help with this. okay? But you can get there. And maybe just for now, I know what works for me. If I'm in a real downer, turn the music up, get dancing around that kitchen, get out in nature, do whatever I need to reconnect with my soul, with myself, pull away from outside distractions. I certainly cannot remember the last time I listened to the news. I just don't. I still get to hear about everything, even if the radio's on or in the car, you hear what you need to hear. So, but be careful of what's coming in through your ears and what's coming in through your eyes, okay? Because that feeds the brain. So think of your brain as a computer, and or think of a plant, okay? If you planted your favorite flowers, your favorite plant, and then you just didn't feed it, you didn't water it, and you put barely any soil in there, it's going to wither and die. We're the same. We don't feed ourselves emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually the right things that we need to balance our chakras, balance us on a continual basis. This isn't something that we do once and then, oh, look, magic cure. It is a daily practice that we have to get into. So that self-love is really, really important. So call it practice. Practice it every day. And we don't always get it right, but give it a go. Okay. I hope that helped. Right. Okay. Where are we now? You're welcome, Rebecca. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, just got spammers in there, so I'm just okay. Okay, Michelle Clark, I'll just give you a quick reading on that you've asked about. So this is really for the full moon and what major things you need to change, rather than, I don't really look much into the day-to-day things in life. So because I feel if we start with the deeper, broader picture, we're more likely to then lead the life of gifts and abundance more regularly. Okay, but I will just quickly look at that for you. Okay, so for your big weekend coming up, you've got the void card, which often means that you can feel like you're in no man's land. So I would just say, do just make sure that, I want to say, stay calm, okay? Make sure you're well prepared. I just keep getting breathe, okay? Don't put too much, don't put too much emphasis on it. Don't overthink it, because sometimes if we think there's something big coming up, the problem is we put so much energy into it that it never meets our expectations, and then we feel disappointed. So what I'm being shown is sort of sit in this void, sit in this, oh, I've got this lovely weekend coming up, it'll be what it's going to be. But I'm getting stop over analyzing it, stop over planning, stop over, they're just saying, just whoa, pare it back a bit, it's all done, just enjoy it. But the thing is, if your expectations are up here, we will always be disappointed. Okay, so it just feels like it's going to be a weekend, let it be what it's going to be. And then can you see the difference? Then when the something might just, oh, hang on, I can just move around that, whatever happens. Or if that person doesn't say the right thing, then we can just go straight over my head. All right, so that's what I'm getting more, is just be calm about it and enjoy it. Okay, I feel that there's been sort of worry about it here. Also got surrender the fear of intimacy. So let love in, be kind, be nurturing to those around you and to yourself. Okay. And open your heart more is what I'm getting. Open your heart more. And there you go. How's that? Expect miracles. Well, I said keep your expectations low and you've got expect miracles. But if you just say it's going to be wonderful and then let it go, all right, that's the thing about expecting miracles. But if we expect things to be very, very perfect, that's when it can go askew because we've got a rigid idea. But if we just say it's just going to be wonderful and I'll just flow with whatever the universe feels fit for it, then it feels like it's perfect. All right. Miracles are blossoming in my life. There you go. Say that mantra leading up to it. Miracles are blossoming in my life. Okay. So I hope that made sense. Oh, that's beautiful. An angel's been coming to you in your dreams. That's fantastic, Christine. Lovely. So yes, definitely been wanting to talk to you. Okay. Okay, Karen Eckford. Karen Eckford. Okay, what do we need to use for you? Oh, I'm going to use the Sacred Geometry cards for you. Got a decision to make? You got a decision to make, Karen? Feels like you're, I don't know which way to go. I'm just getting this, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Oh, crikey. I just feel that you're feeling a bit stuck with the decision making at the moment. Okay. You've got the grief card here. Okay. So, okay, I don't want to get too personal on this public site, but I do feel, my love, here, do be careful. It just feels to me that there is a loss involved here, and that maybe feels you're just unsure which way to go. Okay, just feels like it's a bit overwhelming for you at the moment in your emotions. Which is interesting because you've also got serenity, wonder, and awe. So it feels like there's a much bigger picture to look at here. Okay. I'm trying not to get too personal on this, but I just feel that it's about looking, I'm just looking at the bigger picture. Okay. And I've also got the resilience card. So it feels like you are much stronger than you think you are, but also put down the burdens of others. I'm just getting you carrying too much of others' stuff, if that makes sense. So please put it down and attend to you is what I'm getting there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. You're welcome, Sharon. Okay, well, I have to log off now, so I'm just going to do one last reading for everybody. For those of you that have remained, thank you, because I know it's quite late where you are. So thank you for hanging about. I'm always told by my guides that whoever hears these messages, it is perfect for them at the right place at the right time. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Make necessary sacrifices. So sometimes in order to move on with our lives, we need to decide what sacrifices we need to make. So as an example, when I was studying to become a celebrant recently, I had to give up my work for a while, not have clients. So that was loss of income. But I needed to focus because I only had 6 weeks to get all the work done. So I had to make necessary sacrifices. So it just feels here that what do you really want to achieve in your life? And therefore, sometimes what sacrifices are you willing to make? If we want change, we have to ask ourselves, what am I willing to do? What am I willing to make the necessary sacrifices to have it? Sometimes we're not, and then we keep moaning that we haven't got it, but we're not willing to actually put in the effort and the work in order to do it. And as a final full moon message to finish us off. Hey, which is cool. Your hard work is paying off. Okay, so I just feel here that that goes with that message. We're making whatever sacrifices you're making, it's going to work. All right, and just keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. So I hope that helps, and I will see you again. I can see you soon on Wednesday. And as I say, do follow me, Melanie Wellard, on Facebook. And if you need to book in with me privately, then just follow me on my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. So take care and be well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.